Okay, so cool. Hello, everyone. This is Hotline Miami. I believe Russian won the vote for language by quite a significant majority, so it's always good. And we're running new game any %, so as you can see, we don't have any levels unlocked. We don't start with any masks or anything. And this is pretty much a no holds barred, how fast can you get to the end of the game as possible category. There's not really a huge amount to say right now, so if we're all ready, we can get a countdown going. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So to start with, let's talk a little bit about the story, or what's left of the story in this category. So we're playing as Jacket, who is this person with the currently Richard mask, and basically we kill the entire mafia, and that's about the extent of the story. Now, as you can see there, you die a lot in this category, and in this game in general, but we have quick respawns, so it doesn't really matter a huge amount. As we progress through this game, we're going to unlock a number of masks, only a few of which are really useful. And a few interesting things about this game that really show it's broken. If you play on the 1366 by 768 resolution, pressing escape will just immediately crash the game, and we don't really know why. There's a few other things, so we're coming up to a level where we're going to be introduced to guns. Guns kill 75% of the time. This works both for and against us in some circumstances. And we should probably talk a little bit about how... Okay. This is bad. So, when people respond to gunfire, they can respond on frame... Like, they can respond in 1 shot, they can respond in 2, 10, or just never, if the enemies are being particularly helpful. And now we unlock the most important mask in the game, Tony. So, when you punch someone, you knock them down. Or with Tony, you are the melee weapon, and you just kill everyone immediately with your fists. Which is, very useful. You can also see when we knock some... picking up Earl. When you knock people down, because we have instant melee kills, we can also get pretty much instant kills on knockdowns, which means when you're using guns to lure a lot of people, there's no other mask or any other weapon really that comes close to being as fast. Now this is supposed to be a boss level, but this is any %, so we don't particularly care that it's a boss level. We're going to start with a throat slit, which is done just by pressing space. We're going to pick up his gun, lure this person, and that's a boss level. Headphone warning for anyone listening, by the way. You'll see why in just a second. The only other thing you really need to know about this level is every strategy is bad, so everyone does something slightly different. I opt to just lure everyone because it's pretty clean and not a huge amount can go wrong, even though it does rely on RNG to lure everyone. Now, this level, well, this floor specifically, is where the headphone warning exists, so, you know, be careful. Enjoy. I should also explain, you can see after each level I'm quitting out and then going to continue, or whatever is in Russian. I don't read Russian. That's because otherwise we'd have to go through lots of walking cutscenes, which is just slow, really. Now in this game there are some cycles, so good start. Cycles start basically as soon as you can see the mask selection screen, which means that whilst you're picking your mask, the cycle is still going on. But when you respawn kind of the cycle is instant, which means so for the first floor of each screen you need to learn 2 cycles, one for effectively entry and one for respawn. So I use Graham there, and I get to use him again here. Graham is great because his superpower is that he walks a little bit faster than every other mask, apart from Brandon, who we don't get to use in this category. Also very good strategist, taking in a gun and kind of shooting everyone. The game doesn't actually teach you how to use a hostage, so you kind of need to figure that one out. Oh, no, this is bad. Okay, cool. We're safe. Now, this game doesn't really have much speed tech, apart from this next level in this one category. And we call it... So there's 2 parts to it. There's the easy part, which is Neighbours Skip, which we've had for quite a while. And there's a complicated part, which saves even less time, which is Biker Warp. So as soon as you enter a level, there's an invisible wall that forms here. It's like, I'm walking left here, I can't get out. The way we get through that is with one person. If you perform a standing throat slit, basically on top of where it is, then you can get through it. Oh, this is bad. So then, having got through there, we bring the second person to get straight into the car, and that's easy. Then we need to talk about Biker Warp, because it's really complicated. So, provided that you can't... Sometimes the enemies in this game can walk through walls, but you can't. So, as a safety measure in this game, every time you press space to do an execution, your position is saved. I press space in the lift over there. When you kill this boss, for some reason, it counts as an Nice. When you kill the boss, it counts as an execution, but you don't need to press space to do it. Which means, if you can get him stuck in a wall, which we're going to try to do here... Maybe? Ah, not quite. So we're going to go for desk setup here, which is basically the backup. They're the same speed, but would have been nice if I could have got that one. Okay, so now he's hopefully going to get stuck in a wall, and the game is going to remember that the last time we pressed space was in the lift, and that is Biker Warp. It has the only speed tech, and it saves about 7 seconds and took us many years to figure out. So, Pusher is the first of the sort of wave of new skips we found in this game, which we have found thanks to a YouTube commenter, if you can believe it. Basically, they commented on the current record saying, why don't you skip this level? And we were like, you can't. And they said, yeah, you can, you should try this. And we explained again, no, you can't. But it turns out you really can. Now, Crackdown is a really good level because you can actually pick either Tony or Graham, really. Like, Graham has a slightly nicer first floor, but... Oh, I think I survived a bullet there. Nice. I picked Tony because he has a slightly nicer second floor, in my opinion, at any rate. Can we get an assault rifle? No, we can't. An assault rifle makes this floor a lot easier because we don't have to kill everyone. We just need to kill enough for the police to show up. So that red laser will kill you, and it'll also kill you a pixel either side of the brick wall. Now, this is where the game really starts to get hard, if you're doing kind of a casual play for anything. So, the next level is Hot and Heavy, I believe. It's pretty much the hardest single level in the run, because it has a lot of enemies, you need to keep track of a lot of things. So I'm just going to try to focus on getting it through this as clean as possible. Nice start. So we need an assault rifle for this next screen because it just makes it a lot easier. That's a shame. We need to figure out who's left. So, reaction times are RNG, so you kind of need to, if you get really bad luck like this, you just need to kind of figure out what to do on the fly. Which is kind of why having Tony is nice, because just due to him like being able to kill everyone very quickly and effectively, you kind of normally don't need to think so much about kind of what to do once you get everyone in the same place. Now this right here is Jake. Jake is a very good mask. We unfortunately don't really get to use in this category because he doesn't, like, there's no level where he'd save time in any way over Tony, really. Now the next level is a very, very hard boss level called Deadline. And I think we can beat it in 4 seconds, so I'm going to see if we can do that. Okay, the other thing that you might have noticed there is we unlocked 2 weapons at the end, which means we've broken the score counter and can save a little bit of time through the remainder of the run by not unlocking any more weapons. That's a boss level. Now, if you've played this game casually, this is probably where you stopped having fun very abruptly. If we were playing through any of the story, we'd know why we're in hospital, but because we're playing any percent, we kind of just wake up here. The movement is bad because if you walk like plain right, the game will add a random amount, basically up or down, to your movement, so you kind of have to continually just adjust how you move. But we actually don't like this level so much that when I get to the end of it, I'm just going to Alt F4 out the game. But don't worry, it's intended. So if you look in the bottom right, you might see a cassette tape right about now. So this is because at the end of that level, a cutscene plays that's so long, it's faster to Alt F4 out and relaunch the game than it is to watch it. And it saves about 7 seconds. Slightly hardware dependent, because this is an RTA category, but keeps the pace going. Now, I'm going to try to do a very difficult version of Assault Skip, which is going okay so far. This is normally like a really hard level with lots of RNG. That's not going to work. Oh, that's bad. We can recover this. There we go. Not quite the fastest version, but getting through that level is very hard casually because you have to clear 3 floors that are full of RNG, and policemen work a bit differently in ways that are kind of hard to describe. Now this is oh dear. This is not quite a boss level. I was not supposed to throw that. But it's a hard level because you need to keep track of a lot of different things. Can we get him? There we go. Yeah, this is a very well-made game, as you can see. So this is Showdown, which is the end of the main story. There are levels after, but this game has quite underwhelming bosses, particularly in any percent, because we don't really see any of them at all. If we were playing all masks, then we could use Richter here, because he actually does save some time, but Tony's pretty much your best bet apart from that. Fun fact, the bullet that he shoots can actually kill you if you get in the way of it. And now would be a good time if there's any donations, because you got to just watch this cutscene.
Indeed, it is a great time, because we got $50 from King 2 Broad, saying, "Great job, Cursed," from all the clan. So thank you so much for your donation. And I also would like to use this opportunity to talk again about the fact that this is the last run where you can donate money to potentially get the Fraud Detective plushie. So there's only a little amount of time left, but you never know. As long as you can put in $25 in, you could be in potentially for getting that plushie. And likewise, after this, there is the Psyops run, for which there is a bonus game Race with Ryan run as an incentive afterwards. And even if you're still interested in Psyops in another way, there is also the Psyops promo bundle that Kenelo is also providing, likewise for a minimum bid of $25. So there are so many opportunities that you can get for your money.
Shout out to Buffet Time, by the way, for that strategy.
So yeah, do get your donations in. It's all worth it for the charity to save the children.
So yeah, as you can see, we're playing as Biker, who we kind of met earlier. Biker's gimmick is that he walks at the same speed as Graham, which is about, I think it's a sick, fast, and a regular mask. You have a permanent melee weapon and 3 throwing knives. You can recover a throwing knife if it hits a wall, but not if it hits a person. Now, in all the years of speedrunning, the best strategy we could come up from this level is basically just play peekaboo with that guy with the shotgun right there. And yeah, this is... Oh, try to get that guy through the window there. It is possible, but it's quite hard. Okay. So, the guy who killed me there is the effective final boss of this game. Because, yeah. His position is randoming. His positioning is random even. Which means you kind of have to just deal with him, like, as he comes. Like, you can't... Yeah, he's seen me. So we're gonna hide behind the door. There we go. Now, this is the last proper level of the game. We need to clean up some of the story, which doesn't really make sense given this category sees absolutely none of it, but... So firstly, we need to pay a visit to our good friend Jacket, because he said hello to us earlier. Now this level may look a little bit familiar. So there's 2 things to know about this level. You walk faster until you kill this guy, and if you kill him from a distance, you skip a text box. There he is. Now we're going to perform, I forget whether it's jacket clip, jacket skip, biker clip, something like that. But that's it, really. Saves you walking around again. Now for this level, we're actually coming up to time really quick. But we don't do menuing because the game doesn't think you've beaten the previous level yet, so you just have to play through Prank Call again. Do we have a result for save or kill the devs? So we need to talk to them anyway. Are we saving or killing them?
We are saving the developers.
Okay, they live this time. It is actually faster to save them. Okay. And that is about 60% of Hotline Miami. 1808, I think that's the best run I've had since coming to ESA. So thank you to King Tobrod for your donation. Shoutouts to everyone in the Hotline Miami Discord. And if anyone's been thinking about picking up a speed game, I'd recommend this because there's not much tech. It's really not a very technical game. You can play it at quite a casual level. You don't have to play any percent. We do have proper categories that play through a bit more of the game. Join the Discord from speedrun.com. And yeah, thank you to everyone for watching.